Welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Caleb Ringer, and before we get to tonight's story, which is a big one, I can assure you. No, I'm gonna speak my piece. Do you understand how irritating it is to leave your 9 p.m. masseuse appointment? Okay, I don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to hear it, okay? I get the story is huge, I get it. But, I mean, listen, he's gonna be booked out for weeks, okay? I've been really tense. Oh, whatever. Today's story is one that I did not expect we would be covering this soon, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we were planning on having a follow-up to the Dr. Disrespect situation, you know, with the alleged, speaking with minors, and apparently potentially meeting up with them during TwitchCon of that year. We were gonna have a part 2 speaking about, what happened with N.S.A.N.E, which is a gaming company co-founded by Dr. Disrespect. We did have a second episode planned for that, but soon after that, it came. The confession. Dr. Disrespect came onto Twitter and pretty much confirmed what everybody was suspecting. He had this to say: the Twitch ban. Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the bull. Don't look at me like that, okay? I get you want me to censor this. I'm trying to read here. Let's cut the bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront and real with you guys on anything that I can be upfront about, and I'm willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. Okay? Good start. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community, as well as to those close to me, my team, and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. A lot of people have been left in the dark about what happened yesterday with Midnight Society and I, and we made the painful decision collectively to have me step down. Our team is full of incredibly talented and good people that have high career ambitions and families, and I'd never want to jeopardize that culture that we have carefully crafted. Everyone has been wanting to know why I was banned from Twitch, but for reasons outside of my control, I was not allowed to say anything for the last several years. Now that 2 former Twitch employees have publicly disclosed the accusations, I can now tell you my side of the story regarding the ban. Were there Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Hey, Doc.
I hate you like him.
You like him young?
You better
you want to sell block one? No, but all jokes aside, while the confirmation of the truth is what we wanted, at the same time, this isn't what anybody wanted. Because again, that means a child was put in harm's way. But not only that, but also, Dr. Disrespect being such a huge and well-known streamer, has a lot of people that grew up watching him, look up to him, all sorts of things. So for this to be, to come out after everything, I'm sure it's a lot for a lot of people, and of course it's not what anybody would have wanted. But unfortunately, for whatever reason, a lot of these content creators just can't seem to not talk to minors, especially when they're married. Like, what the f***? Now, I'm gonna continue now. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes leaned too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened, no pictures were shared, no crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding a civil dispute with Twitch, and that case was resolved by a settlement. We're very well aware of that settlement. Let me be clear, it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have ever been brought against me. Now, from a moral standpoint, I will absolutely take responsibility. I should have never entertained these conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, a husband, and a father. It should have never happened. I get it, I'm not perfect, and I'll own my shit. This was stupid. I'm glad we could agree with that, Doc. Now, with all this said, don't get it mistaken. Here we go. Here's the persona coming back at you. The two-time in 2017, coming at you with bullshit. Even in his confession, he couldn't just keep the ego out of it. By the way, you know, someone brought this point up, but I didn't see a mention of a apology to the person, the minor in question. You know, whether that was intentional or if it just didn't, you know, come to mind when he thought about writing this. Well, that we don't know. Let's continue. Now, with all this said, don't get it mistaken, I've seen all the remarks and labels being thrown around so loosely. Social media is a destruction zone. I'm no predator or pedophile. Are you kidding me? Anyone that truly knows me knows where I stand on those things with those types of people. That's a different level of disgust, and I hate even hearing about. Don't be labeling me as the worst of the worst with your exaggerations. Get the out of here with that shit. To be fair, Doc, you have been lying for years about the ban. Granted, as you stated, there was, you know, reason for that, but in all, let's be 100% here, because it sounds to me like the simple case of I didn't, you know, I owned up to my shit, you know, amongst my family, people very close to me who know about what happened, or even amongst himself. He feels he's grown on the inside amongst himself, and he probably has, but at the same time, part of growth is owning your shit, and putting it out there is step one of that. So, as far as I'm concerned, you just started, buddy. You up. You have no right to be, you know, coming at everybody saying, you know, don't call me this, don't label me as that, when in the end of the day, you did just state here you were talking to a minor, and some of those conversations went inappropriate, or leaned towards inappropriate. Like, and can I just reiterate? He says he did not plan to you know, push this any further, but the person who leaked all this even stated that he had plans to meet the minor. Now, granted, we don't have any proof of any of the documents. So far, there's nothing. Maybe we'll see something regarding that at some point or another, or maybe not. Maybe this is the close. But regardless of that, the fact remains, he isn't in a position where he should be saying, don't call me this, don't label me as that. You're in a position where you need to own up to your shit, be as open about it as you possibly can, and hope that people can look past this in some time and forgive you for it. That's all I'm saying. Alright, let's move on. But I think I've said what I needed to regarding the ban itself. That's it. That's why Twitch made the decision back in 2020. To my team, community, industry friends that supported me, I apologize. I wish I could have said all of this sooner. You guys have always showed me and my family love and support through all these years, and we love you guys like you can't imagine. I have the best community and circle, and if any of this made you uncomfortable, I get it. You don't have to support me anymore, but just know that you always have been greatly appreciated. But trust me when I say this, to all my haters that live and breathe social media with zero life experience, I don't give a fuck about you. Well, if you lived and breathed life experience, you know, talking to a minor on Twitch Whispers would have been so far from your mind. So I think he really could have just done without without keeping all this bullshit in there, if as far as I'm concerned. Finally, if you're uncomfortable with this entire statement and think I'm a piece of shit, that's fine, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm not the same guy that made the mistake all those years ago. I'm taking an extended vacation with my family, as mentioned on stream, and I'm coming back with a heavy weight off my shoulders. They want me to disappear. Yeah, right. So he's saying he's not going anywhere, you know, he's gonna keep doing his thing. Granted, you know, the following he had is definitely gonna be a lot less than it was. And people are definitely going to be bringing it up in chat, you know? It's no longer just going to be Doc cheated on his wife or, you know, anything like that. It's going to be this too. So I hope he's prepared for that. I know it sounds like I'm just completely coming for this guy, okay? I totally get that. I mean, I kind of am. But at the same time, you know, when he's coming out with this statement, but, you know, every few lines just throwing in these little digs at everybody who's been coming at him, it's kind of silly. It's kind of stupid. Because it's like, at the end of the day, everyone was right. Yeah, sure, maybe you didn't go as far as people are labeling you as. But at the end of the day, you did still inappropriately talk to a minor, which led to your ban on Twitch. Let's not get it twisted, Doc. That's exactly what you were alleged to have done, and that is exactly what you owned up to just now. So people labeling you and being upset at you and all this shit after, you know, everything that's happened, you know, and all the cover-ups for why you were banned. You come on, hey, people are allowed to be upset at you, Doc. And I get, you know, you still gotta, you know, you're only human and blah, blah, blah. There's tons of other humans who don't make those kind of mistakes. And even worse so, a lot of those people aren't in the position that you're in life. That's what makes it a lot worse, is that, you know, we may not know what was said in those documents, but this persona, the Dr. Disrespect image and everything, you use that to do whatever it is that you did, said whatever it is that you said, you know? It's nothing you say can or will change that. Have grown from that? I mean, I don't know you personally. That's the thing. You know, he's saying people with no life experience, but at the end of the day, nobody knows you personally. All we know is that you did some fuck shit. You know, and as he stated in his whole tweet there, you know, because it was outed, he was able to finally say his piece. So why did you have this BS, you know, no wrongdoing was found statement if you could have spoken your side on, like, did he not think everything wasn't going to start to crumble as soon as those people spoke out? Like, I mean, I'm glad that they're, you know, according to him and according to, I guess, the documents, you know, because it was never alluded to that he actually met with this minor, you know, so I'm glad that things didn't go as far as they could have. He claims they was never going to go that far. I personally am not taking his word for it. Okay, every time he's had a deflection, that deflection has been just tossed aside and thrown down with facts. So yeah, and to be fair, like, even before he said all this, seeing Midnight Society, you know, cut ties with him after, you know, doing their own little thorough investigation was kind of all we really needed to know. You know, and also I wanted to touch back on that part when he stated that, you know, him and Midnight Society kind of, you know, decided that he should step down. The other founder of Midnight Society came out and said straight up that, you know, he's not going to work with someone who was inappropriately talking to minors. So it doesn't sound like it was a we both agree sort of thing. It sounds more like you were going to leave regardless and you just accepted it. You know, it's like he's always sugarcoating the facts here. Look, just take your vacation. Take your extended vacation. Enjoy time with your family, the people you should be entertaining. Listen, EDP, when YouTube got word of everything that was going on with him and they did their own investigation, his channel terminated. So, you know, if his channel remains, then that seems to bring into question that there was no actual wrongdoing found, correct? It was just enough for it to get him banned. Will it be enough to get him banned on YouTube or taken off the platform? We don't know yet. But if not, then we can all assume that it didn't go further, right? I don't know. It's the whole thing is because of the settlement, the fact that, you know, this secret was kept hush for so long and things were settled on the background. Hey, we don't talk about what happened here. I'm banned. I'll accept that. Move on to YouTube. Won't do the thing I did again. You know, because it was handled that way and, you know, all these stories were always thrown at us. Oh, I don't know why I was banned and all this other nonsense. You know, it's really, really, really hard to tell, like, what to really take from this, what to take from what Dr. Disrespect said. You know, I'm at least glad he came forth and said it himself before it was just straight up outed. You know, then Tim the Tap Man, Nick Merckx, they came out and, you know, spoke up pretty much saying that they were not gonna interact with him any further. Nick Merckx even said that he's just a guy with a wig on.
He was a friend. People think that we're like best friends, like we're hanging out. I don't even know the guy outside of a wig. We took one picture together, and newsflash, he was in a wig. But,
you know, it was still good seeing them kind of still standing on their beliefs in juxtaposition to the whole situation, because, you know, Dr. Disrespect was a friend to them, and they have played tons of games together, and their friendships and collaborations are known amongst the streaming community. So, again, it is a shame, but it is what it is. You know, Doc did what he did, and we would just have to see from here what happens with the Doc. Is this the end of Dr. Disrespect? I guess only time will tell. If not, and he's able to learn from this and grow from this. More power to him. Hopefully things were just as simple as he explained. I really don't want to come back to this and find out some worse stuff happened, you know. I really don't. Now, another thing that is kind of being discussed among everybody with the Dr. Disrespect situation, we're still discussing this, because among him just confessing everything, so much more shit has just started just popping up. You know, people are trying to figure out what's the age of the minor in question, and apparently this person also wants to be kind of left out of it, which is completely understandable, 100%. You know, just the fact that it's a minor is still an issue, you know. But then there's also the topic of a lot of people still coming to Dr. Disrespect's defense, including, and of course, it's always those that you would exactly expect. None other than Sneeko has been defending Dr. Disrespect, throwing in Pokimane amongst others.
I don't know everything about Dr. Disrespect, but what is the, like, let's break it down. Pokimane pretty much does softcore porn for 14-year-old boys. Because Twitch is 13 plus. So they're okay if you're 13 years old edging to Pokimane all day. But if Dr. Disrespect texts a girl who's 17 years old, 11 months, 364 days, 59 minutes and 59 seconds, he's the worst person ever. Why?
He's trying to draw comparisons. He's, you know, and it's just so bad. It's just so like, Sneeko, you're the biggest joke of the internet. You're actually defending somebody who confessed the thing that got him banned, the thing that everyone is judging him for. You're still defending him over. Even a person's confession isn't enough for some of these people. Yeah, and Sneeko, he loves jumping onto topics just to fucking to garner more attention to himself, you know. So he saw this shit, and this was the perfect way to kind of get involved and get people talking about him again. But again, you know, people like him, you kind of just have to not pay attention to. The more you try to argue or engage with these people, the more they will do the shit that they do. He's a leech. People like him are comparable to leeches, you know, because they're just gonna keep going and sucking off whatever the they can just to make a quick buck. You know, like they say, get the bag how you can, but I can still judge you for how the you got it, bitch. So yeah, and again, this is the same guy who defended the cuties, who called it his favorite. I think did he call it his favorite film? Sneeko's the last person that should come to anyone's defense. If anything, Sneeko coming to your defense should be indicator that you probably did that shit, or an indicator to others that you probably did that shit. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And also, a lot of people are kind of turning their attention over to Twitch as well, because, well, they're part of the settlement too. So they withheld all this information that, you know, essentially, which, depending on what the fuck was said, it may or may not incriminate this individual. So the fact that they decided to just settle, you know, just call it like that, is really sketchy for a lot of people, including myself. But, you know, now that the Dr. Disrespect section of things has pretty much been taken care of, he admitted to everything and all that, maybe now Twitch will come out and kind of let us in on what could have happened, why did they withhold this information from everybody. You know, it's definitely very odd. No, that's pretty much everything. The Dr. Disrespect saga may have come to a close. You know, maybe we'll you know, when he returns at some point in the future, maybe he'll come back mustacheless. Maybe he'll come back with like a full beard just to invent a new persona. Who the f knows how he's gonna try to, you know, I guess get everyone's love and shit back. I don't know. I don't know what his plans are, but the situation is just, it's messy. The whole thing is just really, really messy, and yeah, it's unfortunate that it's come to this place, but we'll see what if this, you know, turns into anything else further along. We'll see what YouTube decides to do about Dr. Disrespect. Will he be remaining on the platform because due to, you know, lack of real incriminating evidence? Is it not enough for YouTube? Or will YouTube actually just outright ban him? Will Dr. Disrespect be joining Kick and all the other fucking Kick or Rumble and all the other fucking people there? I don't know. We'll see. But this has been your news episode. And yeah, everybody, I hope you all have a fantastic day. I've been your host, Caleb Ringer. This has been quite a long one. I'm gonna go to a bar since I couldn't get my fucking massage. Yeah, we're all happy. Yeah, episode done. F you. F you too. Bunch of hacks.